The broadcast captivated millions, a clash of two political titans unfolding live before the eyes of a nation. President Joe Biden, standing resolute and purposeful, delivered a searing critique and unrelenting takedown of President-elect Donald Trump in a televised event that will undoubtedly be etched into political history. This confrontation was not merely a war of words, but a spectacle of political might, strategic finesse, and unwavering conviction. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. The event opened with Biden addressing the challenges America faces, weaving a narrative that underscored his administration's successes and charted a course for the nation's future. Every word seemed calculated, each sentence designed to resonate with the heart of the American people. Biden appeared steadfast, embodying a seasoned statesman prepared to hold the incoming administration accountable for its potential missteps even before it had officially taken office. What made this encounter particularly compelling was the depth and precision of Biden's arguments. He focused on the stark ideological divide between his policies and Trump's platform. On climate change, he highlighted his administration's pivotal strides in renewable energy and international cooperation, contrasting it with Trump's past rhetoric and policies, which he claimed were not only regressive but also perilous to global stability. The pointedness of his delivery was not an attack for its own sake, but a plea for vigilance and responsibility, urging the nation not to backslide on critical issues. On the economy, Biden presented a robust defense of his administration's record, citing data and testimonials to emphasize growth, job creation, and a reduction in inequality. His tone shifted from celebratory to admonitory as he cast doubt on the feasibility and fairness of Trump's proposed economic measures. Biden's critique was not limited to policy, but extended to the ethical dimensions of governance, painting Trump's vision as a step backward into divisiveness and cronyism. The discussion veered into healthcare, where Biden passionately defended the gains made under the Affordable Care Act, reminding the audience of the millions who had gained coverage during his tenure. He framed the potential dismantling of such progress as a moral failing, placing the issue within the broader context of America's promise to care for its most vulnerable. The forcefulness of his argument underscored his belief in healthcare as a fundamental right, drawing a stark contrast to Trump's often controversial approaches to the issue. The live audience and viewers at home were gripped by Biden's unwavering confidence, his words carrying the weight of experience and a deep-seated belief in his vision for America. It wasn't just what he said, but how he said it. His delivery combined the gravitas of a veteran leader with the empathy of someone who had experienced personal and professional trials. His demeanor exuded authenticity, an attribute that has long been a cornerstone of his political brand. Trump's presence in the debate added a volatile edge to the proceedings. Known for his brash style and unorthodox approach, Trump countered Biden with his signature blend of defiance and showmanship. Yet, Biden's responses consistently disrupted Trump's rhythm, turning what could have been a fiery exchange into a methodical dismantling. Biden's ability to maintain composure in the face of interruptions and provocations further solidified his dominance. The moment that arguably defined the evening came when Biden directly addressed the January 6th insurrection and the rhetoric that he argued contributed to it. His words were sharp, almost cutting, but they carried an underlying message of hope and redemption. Biden called for accountability, while expressing his enduring faith in the resilience of American democracy. This segment drew applause from the audience, a rare display of emotion in an otherwise tightly controlled setting. Throughout the evening, Biden's focus on unity and collective progress stood in stark contrast to his portrayal of Trump's approach as one that often leaned on division and polarization. This juxtaposition wasn't simply rhetorical. Biden backed it with examples, from bipartisan legislation passed during his term to moments of national solidarity and crises. His narrative framed Trump's tenure and campaign promises as antithetical to these ideals, casting himself as a guardian of America's better angels. The personal element was also present in Biden's takedown. He reflected on his own journey and values, using anecdotes to connect with the audience on a human level. This strategy reinforced the idea that his critique of Trump was not rooted in personal animosity, but in a profound concern for the country's trajectory. Biden's anecdotes served as a reminder of the stakes involved, portraying the election and its aftermath as a critical juncture in American history. The event reached its crescendo as Biden delivered a closing statement that was as much a battle cry as it was a plea for unity. His words reverberated with a sense of urgency, calling on citizens to engage with the democratic process and hold leaders accountable. The energy in the room was palpable, the audience visibly moved by the power of his rhetoric. For Trump, the evening was a difficult one. His attempts to pivot and dominate the discussion often fell flat in the face of Biden's measured yet forceful rebuttals. The live format, which might have played to Trump's strengths in previous years, seemed to expose weaknesses in his current strategy. His responses, while passionate, often lacked the coherence and substance needed to counter Biden's well-prepared arguments. The implications of this televised exchange are profound. It marked not just a moment of political theater, but a realignment of narratives, with Biden positioning himself as the custodian of progress, and Trump as a disruptor whose methods and vision are fraught with risks. For the American public, the event served as a reminder of the complexity and stakes of governance, showcasing two very different approaches to leadership. Biden's performance also demonstrated the enduring power of experience in politics. His ability to anticipate and counter Trump's points highlighted the value of preparation and depth in public discourse. For many viewers, this was a masterclass in how a leader can combine substance with style to convey a compelling vision. The event's broader significance lies in its potential to shape public perception as the nation transitions from one administration to another. It underscored the importance of accountability and the role of public debate in a healthy democracy. By confronting Trump so directly and effectively, Biden set a precedent for how outgoing leaders can influence the discourse and ensure continuity and progress. In the immediate aftermath, analysts and commentators will likely dissect the encounter, parsing every word and gesture for deeper meaning. But for those who witnessed it live, the memory will be less about the granular details and more about the larger-than-life spectacle of one president standing firm against the next. It was a moment that underscored the vitality of American democracy, with all its imperfections and potential. This event will undoubtedly be discussed and debated for years to come, not only for its theatrical elements, but for its substance and impact. Biden's takedown of Trump was more than a political gambit. It was a reaffirmation of his belief in the American experiment and the principles that undergird it. In standing his ground and making his case, Biden reminded the nation of what is at stake and why the fight for its soul is far from over. As the broadcast drew to a close, the weight of the confrontation lingered, a testament to its extraordinary resonance. Biden's deliberate pacing and methodical dissection of Trump's policies were not just about political rivalry, but about preserving the foundational tenets of governance. His unwavering stance reflected a broader message: the need for vigilance and active participation in the democratic process. Every point he made seemed to echo a commitment to continuity, equity, and the safeguarding of hard-earned progress. What added a layer of intensity to the exchange was the palpable contrast in their visions. Biden's clarity and sense of purpose contrasted starkly with the often chaotic nature of Trump's counterpoints, leaving an indelible impression on viewers. The symbolism of a sitting president using his final moments of national primetime to challenge the incoming leader was striking, underscoring the gravity of the moment. It was not merely about policy or personality. It was about competing ideologies vying for the soul of the nation. As the cameras panned to the audience's reactions, the emotional stakes were undeniable. Some watched in awe, others in trepidation, but all bore witness to a critical moment in the ongoing story of American democracy, one that will shape its narrative for generations to come. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on Joe Biden's debate with Donald Trump? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.